It is not about cars going in a circle. While any car with a huge engine can go fast, the key to F1 cars is going fast around corners. The majority of lap time reductions or lap time increments are made around these corners. The circuits are filled with high speed corners, low speed corners, chicanes, hairpins. These objects are meant to challenge the driver's ability to go fast through those corners. In that clip, we can see Charles Leclerc losing 0.06 seconds in that corner. So, how can we give him the most advantage? What is the one formula?
Simply put, there's no one formula for Formula 1. But when it comes to carrying the most amount of velocity through a corner, the formula becomes V equals to root of mu r g. So we know that Fs can't be greater than mu r, where r equals to mg. So mu equals to v square upon rg. Rearranging to find velocity will give us v square equals to mu r g, where v will then be equal to root of mu r g. Well, in this formula, what can the teams actually change to give the driver a higher velocity in the corner? Well, the answer has to be the coefficient of friction. Well, one way of changing the coefficient of friction is going to be changing the surface you drive on. Most drivers in free practice session 1 will drive on asphalt, but over the next 2 free practice sessions and the qualifiers, enough rubber will be deposited on braking points and throughout the track that the difference between the rubbered area and the asphalt will have a difference of 0.95, being the coefficient of friction of asphalt areas, and 1.15 being the coefficient of friction of rubbered areas. That will allow the driver to take 45% more speed through the corner. This here is a Bridgestone all-weather tire, and you will never see this run in a Formula 1 car. This is because this tire is all-weather and has grooves to disperse the water in case of rain or oil spills. Whereas Formula 1 tires won't have this. They are slicks to increase the contact area of the tire to give it more grip. Let's talk about tire pressures. Over here we have a tire with high pressure, and here we have a tire of low pressure. Now in real life it is obviously going to be a very big balancing act, but for demonstration purposes I'm using two balloons. I have two loads of 0.25 kgs, and I'm going to place it on both of them, and then we are going to see the difference in surface area that it creates. You can clearly see that the low pressure tire gets compressed more and has much more surface area, thus increasing its grip. Whereas the high pressure tire barely compresses and gives no grip. These two loads represent the loads of the aerodynamic and the car.
Aerodynamics, the study of property of moving air and the interaction between the air and solid bodies moving through it. Some basics: drag, the resistance to air applied to an object; lift, the upwards force generated by the abundance of high pressure air present at the bottom of an object; downforce, The downwards force created by the abundance of high pressure air at the top of the object. You need high downforce as it puts more force on the wheels, sticking it to the track. And this is important if you don't want to fly like the 1999 Mercedes Benz SLR. Five basic components used to improve downforce and to reduce drag. The most common, the rear wing, is a structure on which the air pushes down the car in our scale model, making the downforce being 7 grams. Vortex generators, as air flows, there are going to be places of attached flow and separated flow. The wing will work better with attached flow. It is important to keep the air attached to the car body. Vortex generators generate vortexes, allowing the air to stick to the car. Air dam or the front wing. These make downforce by the air pushing down on them and them channeling that air, making low pressure area underneath the car, adding 3 grams of downforce in our scale model. Undertrays. The F1 undertrays are highly developed to reduce drag and to work with air dams or front wings to make low pressure areas which make downforce. This added 7 grams of downforce in our scale model. Rear diffusers. These reduce low pressure areas at the back of the car, reducing drag and let it go faster. On the note of going faster, acceleration is key to speed. To find out acceleration, we can use the formula F equals to mass into acceleration by solving for acceleration, which will give us force upon mass. This is the reason why drivers need to maintain their weight, and you will see most of the fastest lap attempts at the end of the race. Here is Lewis Hamilton, 7 times world title holder, talking about this exact thing.
No, but weight actually, 10 kilos of fuel in the car costs 0.3 of a second every circuit per lap. So if I'm a kilo overweight, I can lose up to 2 seconds in the race distance. So my weight is very important. And